All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. Hey, it's 6:45 a.m. on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm Justin Bondietti, a Grant Cardone licensee, just jumping on here just for a few minutes this morning. First thing in the morning, I like to have an objection or something that I need to work on or role play. If you're a salesperson, if you're making an income, providing for your family, your loved ones, providing for yourself by trading value, you're helping people. You're giving them a service, a product. Maybe you're just being helpful yourself, like, hey, I'm gonna go help you do something, that sort of thing. And they're giving you money, or they're giving you some sort of commission in exchange for that. For example, a commission does not always need to be money. It can be anything. It could be a relationship, friendship. It could be somebody just coming over and helping you out. Back in the old day, I guess they used to come over, come together as a community and raise a barn, right? Put up the walls and things like that. Um, that sort of thing is a benefit of you networking, meeting people, them knowing you, and you providing some sort of value to their life. And then in exchange, they're providing value to your life. So with that, my focus right now, this morning, is an objection called not interested. Not interested. Now, this isn't something that I thought of this morning. This is something that I came up with last night before I went to bed, yesterday when I was planning and I was thinking about, okay, tomorrow, what is my plan? Because for you to be successful in sales, successful in a lot of things, but specifically, I want to talk about sales. People like to just show up and get on the phones or show up and be on the showroom floor, and they might think about certain things. They might even have like a quick meeting in the morning for 5 minutes about something, but not often do people plan what they're going to actually work on, how to improve themselves. So I like to make sure that I have something prepared to work on the next day. So I don't have to wake up in the morning. I didn't have to wake up this morning and wonder, okay, what am I doing today? It took me like 10 seconds because I already had it figured out. I already knew what I'm doing today. I encourage you as a salesperson to do that. Make sure that before you go to bed, you don't just have your oh, I got to be at this appointment or whatever the case is, but plan out what objections you're going to role play. Plan out what product or service, what feature, advantage, benefit you're going to role play. You're going to practice before you even start work, before you talk to your first customer. Have that planned out. All right, so I want to give you a little bit on not interested, how to handle it from Grant Cardone. I'm a Grant Cardone licensee, and I help people apply their the training from Grant Cardone to their situation. And a lot of people, they talk about, oh well, you got to be a industry specific salesperson. You have to have. They're looking for people that have 10, 15, 20 years in a specific industry, right? Well, the interesting thing about Grant Cardone's sales training is he has people across the world, around the world, in every industry, using the exact same sales training, applying the exact same methods to their industry, to their product, to their service, and they're successful with it. So I encourage you to take a look at it and see if you can apply it to your situation. There are Grant Cardone licensees around the world. There's several hundred of us, and we're growing. And our specific purpose is to help people apply the training to their situation. So look it up, find a Grant Cardone licensee in your area, connect with them, and see what they can do to help you out with that. All right, so not interested. So if we get not interested, we're probably not going to get not interested. We're not going to get that in the close. We're not going to get that after we've already, demonstrated the product and we've gone through this whole conversation. We've spent some time with this person, and all of a sudden they're going to say not interested, right? Like that doesn't quite make sense. They might have an objection to another objection to like price or terms, or maybe it's not the right product, things like that. But if you get that far, if you're all the way to the close with somebody, you're probably not going to get, yeah, I'm not interested. Just a generic not interested. That doesn't make sense. So it's important to understand where you're going to get these objections at. That way you can practice appropriately. So not interested is going to come way earlier in the conversation. Most folks get not interested like on the very first contact or a follow-up contact when they haven't even had a chance to really dive in with this person and have a good conversation with them. So if somebody's coming, let's talk about two different ways that people sell. There's people that sell purely over the phone. There's people that they just sit in a call center and they call and call. They never really go see their customers or have interaction with. They might have a virtual meeting, something like that. Then there's others that have purely they're on a showroom floor, they're in a store, like even people that are on salary. I like to bring up Macy's a lot because I used to work at Sears before it shut down, selling appliances and mattresses and things like that. But I like to pick on Macy's because I really loved Macy's back in the day. Not so much anymore. You go in there and the experience isn't that great, right? I hope they're working on that. I'm sure they are. But you go in there and the salespeople, the people that are there to help you, are sitting behind registers. They're busy. They're doing things. They're stocking stuff. They're doing whatever, right? But they're not really going to you. They're not really, in most cases, in my experience, they're not really going to you. They're not acting like a salesperson. Like if you go to a car dealership, you're going to get a different experience as far as the salesperson being very eager, being hungry, because they want to make this sale. They want to help people. They want to get paid. They want to provide for their families. And some people see that as, oh man, it's intrusive, or it just, it's too much. It's overwhelming when you go on the showroom, go to a car dealership. And your reaction to that when the person comes up and talks to you is, I'm just looking. Or if you're calling somebody, say you're the salesperson, or say you're not the salesperson and the salesperson is calling you, cold calling you, your reaction is going to be, I'm not interested. There's other reactions that can happen, but the idea is the same. It's a reaction. So if you're talking to somebody and their reaction is not interested, you have to treat it like a complaint and continue to give them a great experience. Continue to ask great questions, quality questions that move you further towards understanding their situation, understanding what their dominant buying motive is, to see if you can even help them. And most folks, like I've talked to sales folks, and they go, okay, if you're just calling somebody, what are you selling them? I'm not selling them anything. I'm calling to find out if they have a issue or a problem or something, if there's something I can do to improve their life, to improve their situation, help them reach their goals. I don't know what they need yet. So the first thing I need to do is call or talk to them or walk up to that person, find out why they're here, what's going on, why today, why not yesterday, why not tomorrow? I need to talk to people to find out what we're selling. Okay. All right. So they say we're not interested. First thing we'll do, especially if it's very early in the conversation, you're going to treat it like a complaint and move on to your qualifying question. So if somebody says not interested, something you can say is, absolutely. You don't have enough information to be interested right now. I wouldn't expect you to be interested right now. So let me ask you, and then go into your questions. Go back to it, right? You're acknowledging that they're not interested. You understand that it's a response, a defense mechanism. It's not necessarily like, hey, Justin, I know you, I trust you, all that sort of thing, but I'm not going to give you the time of day. That doesn't really make sense, right? So if it's a reactionary response, that's what you're going to do, is you're just going to acknowledge it and move past it. Now, let's say they bring it up and they say, hey, no, absolutely still not interested. And they just keep saying, they keep pounding on that. Okay, absolutely. So the first thing you want to do is just listen. You're going to listen to duplicate. Listen to duplicate. You're not going to listen to understand at this very first part. You're going to listen to duplicate their objection. And what I mean by that is that you want to understand what the objection is. They might have, say, several things, but only one of them is the real objection. So you're trying to figure out which one it is. So listen to duplicate what they're saying. All right. So then you want to acknowledge it. You want to say, absolutely. So Grant Cardone has a thing called an agreement drill. An agreement drill is where you practice in the morning just for a few seconds, saying, excellent, done, yes, absolutely, will do. You practice saying those positive words, encouragement, and agreeing with whatever the person is saying, because you're agreeing with that person's perspective on the situation. All right. And then next thing you do is going to isolate other than you not being interested, is there any other reason why you wouldn't give me a few minutes right now? You're trying to find out, is there something else, or is that the objection? They say, no, man, I'm just not interested. Okay, great. So right here, we're going to validate discount. The fact that you're not interested wouldn't keep you from, I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. The fact that you think you're not interested wouldn't keep you from at least giving me a shot at it, would it? And if they say yes, then okay, great. What you go back to your questions. What is it that you're looking for? What is it? How many salespeople do you have? We're diving into that, right? If they say no, they're not going to give you a shot at least trying to help them. You need to probe into that. You need to dive deeper and say, hey, why is that? When you say that, what do you mean? And try to help them figure it out. Help yourself figure out what they're talking about, why they're not interested. Because there's legitimate reasons that they might not be interested. You just don't know yet, right? So you got to find out. Okay, and then once you do that, you want to go ahead and tie it down. And a way you can do that is you're going to assume, right? Assuming I can show you how I can improve your situation, assuming I could help you reach your goals, assuming I could increase your revenue in the next 90 days, would you give me 3 minutes right now, or 2 minutes, or 30 seconds, or whatever it is, however you want to do it. Fact is, you just got to get that nailed down, okay? Get that flow nailed down. If they say yes, that they would give you the time, then go right back to your script, go right back to your flow, your presentation. If they say no, then you need to dive deeper. There's something you're missing. The not interested is not the objection. You got to figure out what's going on. Okay. So that's how we handle not interested. There is a third piece to this. Like if they say no at the end of the tie down and they're like, yeah, no, I still don't want to give you the time. Great. Are you not interested? Do you not want to give me the time because it's a cold call, because you don't know me, because you don't think it's going to work, because of a bad experience? Pick two. Give them two options. Give them something to choose from. Because then we can start saying, okay, why do you say that? And we're trying to understand. We're not trying to, be a bug in someone's ear and stuff like that. We're trying to understand why they're reacting to us this way. What are we saying? What are we doing? What do we not know? And that's why you want to go down that route. That's why you want to have this flow, this pattern that you follow. All right. If you want to understand this pattern, if you want to get it for every objection you're probably ever going to hear, check out Grant Cardone's rebuttal manual. Look up online, try to find a Grant Cardone licensee near you, get with them and practice this. Tailor it to your situation and then start role playing and practicing it with them. All right, y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.